Hello and welcome back. We're just going to do a little bit of camera work handheld here. So I'm going to open points 18. So you have to excuse the wobbly camera work. So all this is sort of one-handed, one hand on the controls and one hand on the camera phone here. So see if we can back this up through points 18. And then into the engine shed there. So we must remember, close the points. Actually, we'll leave the points open and we'll get out this diesel shunter. So actually I need to switch number 17. There we go. Let's see if we can get the diesel shunter out. There we go, nice and smoothly away. Bring it down the side of the station here, just beyond points 11 here by the gasometers. There we go, and we'll close 18 while we remember. You can hear dogs barking in the background there. So let's see if we can open number 11. So there we go, we've got number 11. And then we'll back the shunter in here. Actually, we'll check on the points there. 12, and we need to open 13 while we're at it. So we'll open 13. So we can get hold of those blood and custard coaches in a minute. So we want to go back with the shunter, see if we can remember which way the controller goes. Those, and I think if we change 13 so we can get that blue DMU out. Sorry about the camera wandering there. See if we can see those points go. Yeah, and then we'll bring out the blue DMU and we'll put it in the sidings on the other side of the layout. Stop it just before points number 1 there. There we go. And let's see if we can find point number 1. There we go. I think the rest of the points there are set as we need them for now. So that should go onto the middle line there in that group of sidings. Go, that should be safe there. I suppose we should close number 1 once we remember. Here we go. And then we'll go back over to the diesel shunter. So I think we need to switch number 13 again. So if I follow that with the camera, let's have the camera wandering off into the distance while I'm looking for the points. There we go, a reassuring click in the background there, excuse the quick camera work. And then we'll bring this short rake of blood and custard coaches through the points and we'll, there we go. And then we'll back them up into the station there. We'll just open points 13. Again, camera's wandering while I'm looking for the points, but there we go, I've got the switch. Let's see if we can see the point changing. There we go. And then we'll back this rake of coaches into the side in there. Yeah, we've got the controller going the correct way. Now all of my stuff is set up to go forward when you go to the right on the controller, but you do tend to forget sometimes and just turn the knob the wrong way. Let's take those right up to the buffer there. I think we have that. Now, as there's no uncoupling ramps in there, let's just walk over there. So again, excuse the very shaky camera work. We'll see if we can use one of these sort of hand uncouplers here. Again, definitely all one-handed. Let's push that forward. Here we go. And we'll walk back round to the controls. And then we'll, whoops. Just knocked a switch there by accident. That's what happens when you're not looking what you're doing with your hand. So we'll bring that diesel shunter back out there. There we go. And we'll take it back round to points number 1 there. And then what we'll do is we'll open 1 and we'll switch 3, so we can just put the shunter into the right of the diesel rail car there. So, sounds good in practice. In theory, sorry. There we go. And then I think we'll bring that diesel rail car back out. So let's see if we can see the point change if I get the right one, looking down and at the camera at the same time. There we go. I'll go for the controller. Try and remember which way I'm going to turn this. So it's in reverse. There we go. And then we'll switch points 1 and we'll run the other way around the layout and back to the station. We'll put it back in the station with those blood and custard coaches. So we're going to have to just stop here while we change points 11. So I'm going to have to look down. So we'll do this safely. There we go. So we'll just bring out the other side. There we go. Let's see if I can do this without looking down. Let's see if we can see that point change. There we go. And then we'll roll that DMU back in along the same line as that rake of blood and custard coaches. There we go. I think that all worked relatively well. My arm's aching now holding the camera and shooting at the same time. Normally I'm shooting everything on the tripod, but let's just have a look at that DMU there. Just short of those blood and custard coaches. Now I think we'll just put the Blue Pullman on the railway. This is the Set RS.52. I think this came along in '64 and ran through till 1970 with a number of changes of the models inside. So we'll just lift off the lid. So have a quick look over that lid. It is fairly torn and battered if we have a look around it. A little bit of sellotape on there. Lovely rusty staples. I think we've got a sticker here, but no price present. There we go, RS.52 Blue Pullman. So we'll just pop that lid to one side. There we go. And we'll have a quick look over the models. You can see these ones have the yellow end. Where are we? There we go. So in 1968 only, I think these models had the yellow end. There's the centre coach, which is the same as the earlier, went with the earlier model with the blue ends. I think most people generally agree it looks prettier with the blue ends, but I think it's quite pretty with the yellow ends, and I'm very keen on the grey variant, which came along in 69 after this short run of the yellow ends. Now the box lid that we saw on this set, I don't know whether they changed the box lid, but I have seen sets with this model in with the yellow end, and the grey Pullman as well, which was 69 to 71, in boxes like this as well. Earlier boxes had card insides, and then there was a very strange Pullman, last version of this Pullman in 74 only. I think that was in set 538, and it was had System 6 tracks just available for a short period of time. It went back to blue, but it had some strange grey work on it. It wasn't very pretty at all. So I think what we'll do is we'll get these on the railway. So let's just see if we can pick these up. This is the power car. Have a swift look at it. Pretty impressive thing. I've added some extra weight to this to try and stop the wobble on it. It is quite a substantial wobble. Let's see if we can get this lot on the rails all neat and tidy. And we'll get the coach. I think all these items are available separately. I think the coach was 4226 available for a similar period. Obviously grey version was available when the Pullman was in the grey livery. So let's pop this on. See if we can get this all the wheels on the track and coupled up. There we go. And there's the dummy car. Pretty neat condition. They've seen a bit of action, these. They're not perfect, but they're definitely pretty nice. Ooh, I don't think we've got that one quite on. There we go. Let's couple that up. We'll just have a swift look over them. So there they go. Sitting on the rails. I think the roof of the coach, the centre coach, may have been repainted. There's a slight orange peel effect in the paint, which I don't think is quite original if you have a look at that. They don't clean up any more than that. If you rub them too hard, the paint does begin to come away. Look at that. You've got all that table and seating detail in there as well. Really beautiful things, and that flush glazing on there, which everybody really liked. So let's just have a swift look at the front end there. Fairly impressive. You can see a little bit of wear through on the paint and that window frame there. Don't know whether that's handling or just poor paint work. So I've got the hand control at this end of the layout. So we'll pop this other phone down and we'll see if we can get this whole lot running. Lovely sound. Ribbed wheels making quite a racket already, even at this speed. Just move the box out of the way a little.
think it's time for one trip round, probably slightly quicker. Let's see how we do. I think we'll just stop that on the bridge there, and we'll swap back to the other controllers. That was quick, wasn't it?
We'll just have a swift look over these variations. We've got the original one that showed up in 1963. It was catalogue number R555, and the dummy unit was 556. So available separately, and then available in the set we see today. The RS-52 between 64 and 70, I think. So we've got that lovely crest on the front there, and of course the parlour cars were available separately too, and they were R426, I think. So very pretty model, and I believe the blue is referred to as Nanking blue. So we'll just pop this one down, and in 68 we got the yellow end. This variant I've got here appears to be in rail blue. Let's just have a look over it here. In 68, not only did they get the yellow end, but I think we lost running numbers on the dummy and power unit and the parlour cars produced that year. Still very impressive looking model. I do have another version from 68 which appears to be in that sort of slightly earlier blue. So possibly two variations of blue available during that period. But in 69 they changed the model completely and removed these beautiful flush glaze type windows, and got rid of the Pullman badge altogether. So 69 to about 72, this was available in a 2-car set. It's R555, and I think it had a C on the end of it. Lovely card box, came in with a plastic insert. You can see that in an earlier video. Got a return of the running numbers on the dummy and power and the parlour cars as well. So I think this is quite an impressive model on the layout in this livery. It is quite a pretty thing in itself. And then in 74, Pullman showed up again, completely changed again, what looks to be electric blue. No crest on the front, yellow front, crest in the middle of the unit. No flush glazing, it's just a painted strip down the side. So we do get the power, not the power car, sorry, the parlour cars for this had the crest, the logo right in the middle of the unit. So again, no flush glazing, not quite as pretty as the earlier ones. So let's just pop these to one side. So that was just available in 74 in the set R538 with a circle of track, system 6, I would imagine. So we'll just pop these to one side and have a look at the box lid. So I'd mentioned I thought they'd used the same picture on the box lid over the years, and could be a little bit misleading. I've seen a number of sets available with all the variations apart from the 74 version, which was in a much later style box. So I've seen this with the grey Pullman in and with the yellow cab end like we've got today, and this earlier one with the crest on the front. So obviously earlier boxes would be Tri-ang Railways, and some of them have a black panel with this information in, and some of them have this picture much deeper on the box. And as we've seen inside, this one's got a plastic insert. Earlier ones had cart inserts, but a very, very, very pretty picture, which is maybe why they chose to stay with it. So I'm back on the controllers at the other end of the layout now. I'm holding the camera phone with the one hand and other hand on the controls. So let's see how slow we can get it to run. Let's just give it a little bit of power. So that looks fairly slow. just making her way down the incline section, just gathering a little bit of speed there. Perhaps a slight change in resistance in the rails, perhaps. There we go. I think we're going to have to give her a little extra power there, otherwise it'll just take far too long to get around the layout, I think. And we'll bring her around to just before points number 8 there, perhaps. And we'll bring her to a gentle stop and we'll get her back onto the inside line. Try and avoid stopping on that diamond crossing. It's never going to be terribly successful. So let's see if we can get the point switch for number 8, the crossover. It's got the switch. Let's see if we can see those points change over. See if we can get a good view on there. There we go. Yep, nice and reassuring. Let's give it a little extra power. It need a little bit of a boost, I think, to come across that diamond crossing and the point work. There's a lot of breaks in the track work making this happen. So let's wind it up a little bit. Not too bad. We'll just stop her there. And then if we can get the switch again. I think we'll take her around the inside line. See if we can grab the controller. And away she goes. Lovely noise building up there. Passing the turntable into the first radius curve, and it's just clipped one of the masts for the catenary, which I always forget about when I use these Pullmans. We'll stop her there and then we'll take her into the station. So we need to open points number 11. See if I can get that. So that opens there. And then we need to change number 12. Actually, no, it's 13. See if I've got the right one. So we put it between the two DMUs. I'm going to have to look down. I've got my hand on a isolating switch. There we go, 13. I was trying to count them across, but didn't quite get that. So we'll have a look back up here, see if we can get number 13 this time. There we go. You can hear the seagulls outside the window there. So let's back her into the station across that point work there. So we're pushing the whole train into the station now. Remember to turn the controller the correct direction. And there we go. Nice gentle stop there. And then let's just try and switch number 11. So let's just go and have a look at that catenary mast that always causes a problem with these Pullmans. I always forget about it until it happens. So look, fairly nice sitting in the station there. Let's have a quick look at the front end's got lots of masts in the way. Great looking across the roofs there. Light levels are falling now coming through the window, so the yard lamps are beginning to pick up a little bit more. Have a look from the other end there. So we're now getting the light directly into the lens from the lamp in the room now. So let's have a look at that catenary mast. It's this one here, just there. The underframe of the Pullman always clips there, and I always forget about it until it happens. I'm not quite sure why it does that. I don't think they're supposed to do that, but I usually try and remember just to unclip that, but we'll leave that for now. But I think that's probably it for this week. Thanks again for watching. It's a slightly different video this time, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you look back again next time, we'll have something else from the range to look at. Goodbye now.